Guys, welcome back to another episode of Imperial Diecast. Today I'm going to be doing a quick review of the 1/18 scale Ferrari 458 Italia GT2 Le Mans 2012 edition AF Corse by Hot Wheels Elite, as you can see right here on the box. Now this is a car that retails usually for 100 euros, but I managed to get it for 80 euros. And I'm going to show you the box, and here you can see that it comes with all these pictures of the model as a kind of a preview of what you're going to get. This is a GTE class racer, which was back in the day called GT2. And this 458 Italia GT2 had an impressive racing record. I mean, this car won many titles, including the 2012 and 2014 24 Hours of Le Mans in its class. And this car was replaced for the 2016 season by the Ferrari 488 GTE. So I'd say, let's get this box open. So here's what the model looks like in all its glory, and at first glance it looks really impressive. I mean, you can see that it even has a Ferrari sunstrip here. But the reason why I said that this is going to be a quick review is because I don't have this car anymore. You see, I actually sent this car back to CK Model Cars where I'd bought it from because it had several flaws. And unfortunately, after I sent it back, they ran out of stock. So that sucks. But yeah, it's just what happens when you collect diecast cars. Sometimes you're going to come across ones which has a lot of flaws. And this is a Hot Wheels Elite. It's not an inexpensive car. You pay around 100 euros for it, so naturally it's going to have more details than a Burago or Maisto Ferrari. So you should get what you pay for. But even though it's so expensive, I mean, it looks great with the American flag and everything right here. If we look closer, you can see that the brake discs do not move with the wheels. I mean, that is just not cool. The tire walls do have the Michelin branding, which is good. But this is kind of like my first disappointment, but this is something that affects every single model. Here we have a close-up of the headlights, and you can see that they're very detailed with the DRLs and all that. They're also slightly tinted yellow, as per FIA racing regulations. Next to the headlight, you can also see that we have these hood hooks with which the hood of this, or the front trunk actually, of this race car can be removed. It can be completely removed. And here we have the livery, RK Motors. Looks pretty good. And down here, we have the air intakes. I believe these are also perforated. They should be. Yeah, right there you can see. So that's the kind of quality that you should get and should expect by paying 100 euros for a Hot Wheels Elite. But now let's focus on the flaws, the bad parts about this car, and the reason why I sent it back. The biggest flaw, to me at least, is the imperfections on the windshield. So if I take you close to the windshield, you can see right here that we have a black plastic piece stuck behind the windshield. That is so annoying. There's no way for me to get that away. We also got these dried water marks. And then we have these two scratches right here, you can see. Huge scratches, like one vertical and one horizontal, and that is just not cool. And over here we also have a little paint splotch on the A-pillar. Like an extra bit of paint. The windows, they do look cool. I mean, these are racing Lexan windows. But returning to the windshield, you can also see that on the dashboard here we also have a little marking and more sort of marks on the windshield that cannot really be cleaned. And up here on the Napa logo, you can see that we have a small black dot as well. And then a little bit of extra black right there on the sunstrip. And the next flaw is here on the right headlight. You can see that the cover is a little fogged up, or what looks like fingerprints, whereas on the left one, everything is clear. So that's another issue. See that? And this is stuff that you cannot clean, so that's the reason why I was pretty pissed. So here we have a look at the side of the car with the American flag livery and the 61 number. It does look very impressive, but if we move to the back of the car, and we open one of these doors, again I'll be able to show you another problem. Well, first of all, at the top you can see that the door doesn't shut properly like the left one. The left one shuts seamlessly, right? Whereas the right one has like this little gap at the top. So yeah, here's a look at the engine. It looks very impressive. I mean, you can see just how much depth it has. And you can see that these vents to either side are also perforated. This is something Burago does not do, but Hot Wheels Elite does. Here you can see the fuel cap. And now if we just get this door open, you can see that right here on the glass, there's also another like small smudge or scratch. I don't know exactly what it is, but I could not get that off. And over here, if I can show you a few still images, you can also see that we have like more flaws. Here's a quick look at the interior, which looks very impressive. I mean, this is really the highlight of the car. This is where, you know, you realize the difference between Hot Wheels Elite and Burago. If we take a look at the passenger side, you can see that we have a fire extinguisher bolted onto the floor. The floor itself is painted in silver metallic. And the center console also has all these buttons with labeling. So they're labeled buttons and painted red. Very race car-ish. Now if we look at the back, again you can see the quality that Hot Wheels Elite has. For example, the mesh here is perforated as well. So you can see into the back of the car a little bit. And you got all these liveries, and the Ferrari badge is also not a sticker, but photo etched. Got the RK motors and Michelin and all that. And the taillights don't have any pegs, which is also good. Here's another close-up of the perforation. And now if we move on to the interior, I mean, again, you can see that we have the sticker saying Kaufman, Aguas, and Vickers. These are the drivers that drove this car. And here's another fuel cap. But just to give you an idea of how detailed the interior is, I mean, just look at that. This is a fabric seat belt, and it's a cell belt, and it has these photo-etched buckles, and this 5-point harness can also be moved. You can see that. That's so cool. See that? That's pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, the interior of this race car is done really nicely. You can see the batteries right there with the cable. The cables connecting them. And the roll cage. Very, very impressive. But unfortunately, it is not a flawless car. So, you know, sometimes you can have the best details in the world, but if the quality control is crap, or if you get the feeling that this is something that has been returned, then it kind of sucks. Anyway, I'm going to open the frunk to you so that you can see here another highlight of the car. Just look at that amazing stuff right here. I mean, look at all these details. You can see the radiator, you can see these air hoses, you can see so much cabling. And you can see, like, more stuff at the back. All these, like, glasses or whatever they are. Very impressive. It's absolutely gorgeous. And there's even a super elite version of this model, but it's pretty much the same. Only thing is that they have a few more blue licks of paint here and there. Like the cables are painted blue, I think. But otherwise it's quite similar to this one. And here is already something that is jaw-dropping for an elite. So here's the interior of the cover. You can see that it's also perforated. I'm just gonna put this back in. It's gonna snap in place because of the magnets. And here is also a removable cover for the rear engine. So this is also secured by magnets. So all you need to do is to just put those, you can see those magnets right there, and they hold it in place. So this is a 4.5 liter V8 engine generating 460 horsepower, which is actually less than both the road car and the 458 Challenge. However, this car is still a track monster, and its main strength and prowess comes from its grip on the track. You can see the warning label or the Ferrari badge down there with the specifications of the engine. There's really a lot of attention to detail that's gone in here. You can also see the valve cover on the top right for something. And here's another look at the back. If I can get this to focus. Yeah. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to put this engine bay cover back in place, and it's going to snap back because of the magnets. And here's a quick look at the bottom of the car. Very disappointing, actually, I have to say. No details whatsoever, just looks like a toy. You can see that this is 2011 Mattel Hot Wheels. However, what we do have here are racing slicks, so they got the authentic wear on them. And that's just like on the real car. Well guys, I hope this review taught you a thing or two about Hot Wheels Elite, is that just because something is expensive doesn't automatically mean it's also going to arrive flawlessly at your doorstep. There are models out there that have an incredible amount of detail, but if they have certain quality control issues, then you just cannot enjoy them. Still, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this review, and I'll see you in the next video. This is Imperial Diecast, signing out.